This is Nick.
This is Jack.
Welcome back. It is Monday, February 6th, and today's pod is truly the best one yet. It's a T-Boy.
TBOI. But Yetis, how did you like our interview pod with the founder of Athletic Brewing Company?
So, besties, what do you think of the whole non-alcoholic beer movement?
Hit us up. Let us know at T-Boy Pod. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, Jack, first of all, I thought you did a great job interviewing. Second of all, curious, what was your favorite part of the interview?
Nick, you were charismatic.
Thank you. I was feeding off your energy.
But my favorite part of Bill was him describing like the celebrate the wins moments where you want to crack open a beer, because it was an interesting articulation.
Then we actually did crack open a beer. I also liked his meditation. He meditates so much. That was great to hear.
He manifests, Nick.
He manifested that venture capital check.
If you manifest, you stumble into success. Bill Schufeld.
Jack, can you manifest the first story for today's pod for us over there?
For our first story, the most exciting business at Amazon right now isn't online shopping or Alexa, it's advertising.
And it can all be explained by a toilet plunger.
For our second story, Trader Joe's just opened up the Trader Joe's Product Hall of Fame.
Because Trader Joe has the most unique business model in the whole grocery store.
And our third and final story is Sony. Sony is winning the Olympics of video games.
Because the PlayStation 5, that thing is a rare, exotic beast.
But Yetis, before we hit that fantastic mix.
I love that mix, and I love that whole intro. That was a blast, man. Great way to kick off the week.
Hoarder's Almanac, week 151.
Things we're running out of in the economy. Jack and I have been keeping track for you.
Yetis, we've got an eggflation update.
Besties, it is an epic eggflation update for you.
First, a few weeks ago, we told you that egg prices had popped by 60%.
And then we told you people were smuggling eggs across the Mexican border.
But get this, the newest shortage isn't of eggs,
No.
it's of chickens.
Because people don't want to buy expensive eggs, so people are buying cheap chickens.
According to the New York Times, demand for egg-laying chickens just hit an all-time high in this country.
Looking at the numbers right now, a baby chicklet at Tractor Supply, you know what that thing costs?
I can't believe they sell animals there, but yeah.
Okay, they do, and a chicken costs $4 there, which is less than a dozen eggs.
So we are all buying up chickens to secure our own omelet supply chain.
Now, we know what you're thinking, Yetis. That sounds crazy, but here's the ironic part.
We had a shortage of eggs in the first place because of a shortage of chickens.
Right, because the avian flu virus killed off a whole bunch of birds last year.
That's why a dozen eggs was $6 earlier this year.
But now we've got a shortage of chickens because there was a shortage of eggs.
Because of the shortage of chickens.
Which is now causing a bigger shortage of chickens.
So which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Jack, are you saying which came first, the chicken shortage or the egg shortage?
I don't care, just pass me a leg.
Oh, but Jack, hold on a second. I'm checking the calendar right now. Easter is coming in a couple months.
Oh no. That means we could have an Easter egg-pocalypse in April.
Which means, Yetis, hold on to your huevos.
Release the quiche, besties.
This frittata fiasco just hit a fresh new level.
Let's scramble those three stories, Nick.
15 years before this song, two boys from the Northeast met in a dorm. They had an idea that caused a cultural storm. It's the best one yet, but the best is a norm. Jack, Nick, that's it. I don't even think they need to practice. 50%, that's a fat tip. T-Boy City on your at-list. If you know, cause we ready to go. We can't wait no more, so just start the show. Start the show.
For our first story, the most exciting business over at Amazon right now, it's advertising.
And the advertising business can all be explained by a toilet plunger.
Jack, can I for a second try to sound like a radio jockey right now? You ready for this?
I mean, podcast is the new radio.
That's true. Here we go. Yetis, where there are eyeballs, there are ads.
Are you taking callers?
Let's go to our first caller.
Yeah, it is. If you're like me, when you need to buy some random thing, your eyeballs end up on Amazon.com or the Amazon app.
Well, perfect timing, because last week Amazon announced earnings, and what stood out in those earnings, it wasn't e-commerce, it wasn't Amazon Web Services, and it wasn't Alexa. What was it, Jack?
It was Amazon's advertising business, because quarterly advertising revenues passed $10 billion for the first time for Amazon.
Okay, let's repeat that hero stat for a second. Amazon's advertising business passed $10 billion in 3 months.
That is up 19% from last year. Nick, it was nearly $12 billion in ad sales. Huge number.
Okay, get this, Yetis. Amazon now makes 10 times more money from advertising than Snapchat does.
Snapchat is an online ads company. Amazon isn't, but Amazon is 10 times bigger than Snapchat in ads.
Okay, Jack, just for extra emphasis, can we sprinkle on a little more context here?
Meta and Alphabet, the two ad giants of the world, both saw their ad sales shrink last quarter, while Amazon's jumped by 19%.
Now, Yetis, if you really want to understand Amazon's ad business, here's what you got to do. Do what we did. Go to Amazon.com and search for the word plungers.
Search for the word plunger.
Plungers, like toilet plungers, that kind of a plunger.
You're going to see Amazon search results. We've all seen them before. But at the very top, you're going to see a giant sponsored ad from a company called Master Plunger.
Okay, that's the first result. But Jack, when you search for plunger, what are like the number 2, number 3 results? What are you going to see?
Actually, the top 3 results is all Master Plunger.
Okay, the first 3 results are advertisements for a plunger on Amazon. What about after that? Then what are you going to see, Jack?
After that, there's 4 more results on the next row. 3 of them are sponsored ads, and the 4th is an Amazon branded plunger.
Yetis, result number 8 for plunger, it's Amazon choice, whatever that means, which is probably something sponsored too.
Somebody probably paid for that. How long do we have to wait until we finally just see like a result that is there because it's highly rated?
Jack, it was not until the 9th result that we stopped seeing ads for plungers.
You can check this out. If you search for plunger on Amazon, 8 of the top 9 are paid ads.
Besties, that is why Amazon is making so much dang money on ads. Sponsorship results are a profit, puppy.
It looks like companies that make plungers moved their ad budget from Google to Amazon last quarter.
So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over at Amazon?
Amazon is breaking Jeff Bezos' rule number 1.
Yet he's back when Jeff Bezos founded Amazon. He came up with 14 leadership principles for the company.
It was basically the Amazon Bible. And rule number 1 was customer obsession.
Yeah, do what's best for the customer and the profits will follow.
I gotta ask, Nick, is selling 8 of the top 9 search results for plunger, is that best for the customer?
No, Jack, that's what's best for the profits.
In fact, selling 8 of the top 9 spots, that's the opposite of customer obsession because customers want the best plunger.
Yeah, like we don't want the plunger whose Amazon marketing budget happened to be the highest that day.
So Yetis, it's possible that Amazon's love for ads eventually erodes away customer trust in shopping on Amazon.
Because Amazon is breaking Bezos' rule number 1. For our second story, Trader Joe's just inducted their inaugural class of Trader Joe's Hall of Famers.
Because when you have fans, you must nurture them.
Yetis, everyone knows rule number 1 at Trader Joe's. What is it, Jack?
Have a spotter.
You got to have a spotter. Like one of you's got to stand in line, and then you got one buddy with you who's grabbing groceries out there.
East 14th Street, New York City. That was our Trader Joe's. They had a bouncer, and the line was literally on the sidewalk outside of the store.
Jack and I would get in line, and then our buddy Timmy would go and it'd be like, oh, I got the kale pesto. Oh my God.
Rule number 2 is go in the middle of the night. There's no line.
Which leads to the news. We just got the list of the most popular products at Trader Joe's. Hold on to your Hawaiian shirts.
This is a 14-year annual tradition at Trader Joe's, the Trader Joe's Customer Choice Awards.
And now, besties, the phrasing here is key. The way Trader Joe asked the question is, if you were stuck on a deserted island, which 9 Trader Joe's products would you bring?
Yetis, this is an award show, but replace the black ties with aprons.
They got 8 category winners. This is like the Emmys for eating, isn't it, Jack?
This year, they got 18,000 responses. And last week, they announced the winners. Nick!
Okay, Jack, here we go. Envelope, please. And the best Trader Joe's meal goes to?
This year, it's butter chicken with basmati rice.
Okay, now, Jack, who got best snack?
Chili and lime-flavored rolled corn tortilla chips.
That is good. But, Jack, I got to ask, who won best sauce in a supporting role?
Vegan kale, cashew, and basil pesto. I've had it. That's a good product.
So everything but the bagel seasoning, that didn't win anything?
It got runner-up this year. That was a surprise to me, too. Everything but the bagel. Yeah.
Now, Yetis, here's what Jack and I find interesting about this Trader Joe's story. This survey caused what we like to call the Michael Jordan problem.
Remember Michael Jordan used to win MVP every year?
The story of our childhood was Michael Jordan winning MVP in like multiple sports.
It got boring, so eventually they gave it to Karl Malone.
Yeah, the mailman.
Well, that's the same situation with Trader Joe's when it comes to Mandarin chicken.
The Mandarin Orange Chicken over at Trader Joe's kept winning the Trader Joe Choice Awards year after year after year.
So this year, Trader Joe's made a decision. They said, we can't let Mandarin Orange Chicken win for a 14th year in a row.
Instead, we're going to do something a little different. They disqualified the Mandarin Orange Chicken, but with a creative twist.
They disqualified it because they elected it to the Trader Joe's Hall of Fame instead.
So they took a manufactured marketing moment and created a second manufactured marketing moment.
That's right. Last month, Trader Joe's announced the inaugural class of the brand new Trader Joe's Product Hall of Fame.
From here on out, the Hall of Famers are ineligible to be in the Trader Joe's Annual Choice Awards.
Don't worry, Yetis. They're still selling the Mandarin Orange Chicken. It's in the freezer aisle.
And the best overall product is absolutely dark chocolate peanut butter cups. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over at Trader Joe's?
Great brands have fans, and fans need nurturing.
Yeti's funny thing about this Trader Joe's annual survey, they didn't have to do it.
They have all the sales data. They know what the most popular products are.
Well, Jack and I have said before, great brands don't have customers, they have fans.
And Trader Joe's knows they're a great brand because they know they have fans. And guess what? They nurture their fans at Trader Joe's.
That is why Trader Joe's opened a Hall of Fame just like baseball did.
And that's why Trader Joe's has a Customer Choice Awards to rank the favorite products.
Even though it literally knows exactly what are the most popular products.
Because the award show is fun.
Yeti's great brands have fans, and fans need nurturing.
Now, a word about our sponsor, Robinhood.
You know, honestly, your salad, it says so much about you.
Nick, you like to blaze your own trail at the salad bar.
Yeah, I'm ordering a salad. I go off menu, man. Like a combo of kale and croutons that has never been made before.
Me? I'm not reinventing the wheel. I like to go classic.
Like if Sweet Green thinks it's a good combo, Jack's not going to change that.
Kind of like investing strategies. Some want to build a custom portfolio of stocks, crypto, and options.
Others don't want to reinvent. Just give me the most standard ETF.
Whether you're tweaking your one-of-a-kind portfolio every day or prefer a more hands-off approach, Robinhood has the tools.
If you're not investing on Robinhood yet, to get started, go to Robinhood.com/TBoy to choose your free stock.
That's Robinhood.com/TBOY. Limitations apply.
Stocks offered by Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto.
All investments involve risk.
By the way, this podcast is not owned or part of Robinhood, and we are not employees of Robinhood.
For our third and final story, it is now official. Sony's PlayStation is the MVP in gaming.
It's official because we gave the MVP title.
We did. Jack and I got to dish this out like we were Trader Joe.
When it comes to Sony, somebody hire Larry David. It is time for the accidental shortage on purpose.
So, Jack, let's say there were an Olympics of video games. Who would actually dominate the podium? Who would be number one?
Japan would have gold, silver, bronze, honorable mention, alternate. It had everything.
Jack, can we talk about who is on the dream team of gaming over in Japan?
Yetis, Japan has Sony's PlayStation. It has Nintendo 64. It has Sega Genesis. It was your best friend when you were 11.
Jack, when we were in Kyoto last month, I saw Donkey Kong drop a banana on our taxi.
Was Bowser there to clean it up?
True story. Real life thing.
Well, here in the United States, Yetis, we have Team USA of video games. And who's on that team, Nick?
Well, on Team USA for video games, Jack, we have one player. It's Microsoft. That's it.
Microsoft launched Xbox in 2001. That's all we got.
But Jack, on this 2023 Olympic video game dream team of Japan, who is their most important player?
It's Sony, because Sony just announced earnings and they boosted their full year profit to 1.2 trillion yen.
Yeah, 1.2 trillion yen, which how much is that in dollars, actually?
That's about $9 billion. It ain't too shabby.
I'll sprinkle on a little context for you. But Yetis, not only is Sony the most impressive team on Team Japan in the video game Olympics, its MVP is the PlayStation 5.
The PS5. The PS5 has officially replaced Tom Brady as the ageless wonder.
Because the PlayStation 5 ain't no young gun anymore. This thing launched back in November 2020.
So this past holiday season was the third holiday season that you could buy a PS5 for your nephew. Shout out to Aunt Sarah, who got me the PlayStation in 1996.
It's a pretty good gift, and it still lasts. But despite 3 years of its novelty fading, the joysticks on that PlayStation 5 are looking better than ever.
Sony just announced they sold 7.1 million PlayStation 5s last holiday quarter.
Okay, Jack, how much exactly is 7.1 million PlayStation 5s?
It's nearly double the number of gaming consoles they sold 1 year ago.
And that's not all, Yetis. In the over 2 years since the PlayStation 5 launched, Sony has sold 32 million of them.
And sales growth is only accelerating 2.5 years in.
Thanks to Jack's Aunt Sarah, who still hasn't sent me a PlayStation 5, but I've only met her once. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over at Sony?
It is time for the accidental shortage on purpose.
Yetis, there is one reason why Sony's sales were stronger than ever last quarter. It's because of a shortage.
That global chip shortage during the pandemic, it hit PlayStation hard.
Yeah, for over 2 years, the PlayStation 5 has been a rare, exotic creature. If you wanted to play on this thing, you had to befriend a friend, even if you didn't like that friend.
If your buddy had a PlayStation 5, you were going to that buddy's house.
Hey, Tommy, I brought cookies. You're going to love them. Where's your basement?
So this past holiday season was the first holiday season the PlayStation 5 was widely available at Best Buy.
Besties, Sony's PlayStation 5 shortage, that was an accident, a product of the pandemic.
But the scarcity it generated has been a powerful extender of demand the past couple years.
So the way Jack and I see it, it may be time for Sony to consider an accidental shortage. On purpose. Jack, can you whip up the takeaways for us to kick off the week?
Amazon's ad sales are now 10 times bigger than Snapchat and a third as big as Facebook.
But Jack, they're breaking the number one rule of Bezos, customer obsession.
For our second story, Trader Joe's just unveiled the Trader Joe's product Hall of Fame.
Yeah, these great brands have fans, and fans should be nurtured.
And our third and final story is Sony. They just announced that PlayStation 5 sales are stronger than ever.
But we're waiting for someone to pull the accidental shortage on purpose. Yet. Now, time for the best fact yet. This one sent in by Adam Speck over in lovely Saratoga Springs, New York.
This fact is about the potato chip, which has a really funny origin story.
Yeah, Yetis. Apparently, the potato chip was born on a train in upstate New York in 1853.
Cornelius Vanderbilt, a railroad baron, was complaining that the potatoes being served on trains were too thick and too soggy.
Yeah, what's going on with these limp potatoes? Well, after the dish was sent back multiple times, the chef on his train had an idea.
He's like, why am I serving these sliced potatoes? That sounds horrible. How about instead I slice them very thinly, fry them to a crisp, and sprinkle them with some salt?
Well, Mr. Vanderbilt loved those new potato thingies so much, he put them on all his trains.
Imagine if he had nacho cheese and Cool Ranch flavored ones next.
And thus the potato chip was born. Yetis, you look fantastic to kick off the week. And if you just got yourself a chicken, tell that chicken, HYHTBOY.
Have you had the best one yet?
That's how we grow the pod, even among poultry.
Nick and I will see you tomorrow.
Can't wait. And before we go, a happy birthday to Yeti Camellia Huang, who is turning 3 in Rock Round, Texas.
And go blue to Catherine Jones, who's turning 22 at the University of Michigan.
And Max D, enjoy that 30th birthday down in Brooklyn.
And happy birthday to Yulia Edimenko in Los Angeles, California.
And Aubrey Ellen, happy 13th birthday in Geneva, Illinois.
Happy birthday to Ad Faith Cora, who's driving to school right now in Indianapolis, Indiana.
And just a shout out to Yeti House Man, who gave us a fantastic review on Apple and has been T-boying with us since the pandemic.
Happy anniversary to Kirsten and Alejo, who got 2 dogs and are big investors in Puppy.
Puppy. People ultimately prioritize puppies. Yeah.
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 And to anyone else who's celebrating something today, make it a T-boy.
Celebrate the wins.
This is Jack. I own stock of Amazon, and Nick and I both own stock of Robinhood. Now, a word about our sponsor, Robinhood.
Okay, so Jack and I both worked in finance for a while.
And we know the 6-monitor Bloomberg jockey with charts, numbers, balances, and more charts.
They got coffees in both hands while they're executing some complex trade on a soybean future.
Well, we're not trying to impress with our mission control trading center. Just give us an app, please.
Robinhood, with its mobile-first and intuitive design, it lets you trade with just a few quick taps on their app.
And even if things still don't seem easy, Robinhood has your back 24/7 with its live and robust customer support.
If you're not investing on Robinhood yet, to get started, go to Robinhood.com/Tboy and choose your free stock.
That's Robinhood.com/TBOY. Limitations apply.
Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. All investments involve risk.
By the way, this podcast is not owned by or part of Robinhood, and we are not employees of Robinhood.